enough about me. We've got one of the finest actors of this or any generation.
Oh, come on.
You're one of the best there is.
Nah.
One of the best in the biz. Richard Reel. God damn it. You're one of my faves. How many movies have we done together? 5 or 6?
5 or 6, I think. Yeah, I think we first met on Whiffler.
We did.
Yeah.
We did. We met on the Ted Whitfield story about the greatest wiffle ball player of all time.
Exactly.
I like a lot of people. I had found you through Office Space.
Oh, okay.
How many times have you heard that? I'm sure
That's sort of the most even
the
now.
go-to, right?
Yeah. Even now.
And you still hear jump to conclusions.
Oh, I do.
Yeah, all the time.
Although I hear Red Stapler a lot too.
Yeah, red stapler. But how many times do they ask you to say jump to conclusions? Like a million times, right?
A million times.
Are you sick of it? Are you like,
No, hell no.
That's good. That's good. Because a lot of people, and I had this conversation with Jim O'Hare. A lot of people have a problem with being recognized from one thing, and it's like, oh, hey, I do all this other stuff, but it's like, I think you should be grateful for that one thing.
Absolutely.
A lot of people come up to me and still quote the first movie I ever did, probably because it was a big, cult lasting thing, this movie called The New Guy, and they're like, oh, hey, can you say a line from The New Guy? I don't give a shit. Yeah, that's fine. I also have people who come up to me and are like, hey, I only know you from this thing, and it's like, I don't care about that either.
Yeah.
You're the same way, right?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's interesting because I would say that 80%, 90% of the people that recognize me is from Office Space, but I'm really curious though what the other 10, 15%.
You know what another one of mine was of you was Glory.
Oh, how great!
Yeah, you were fantastic in Glory.
Yeah, that was an amazing film to be part of.
Yeah, and you were awesome, and it was like that I'll never forget. And then Office Space obviously was massive, and it's shown over and over and over again. But then you're one of those actors who shows up in literally every single movie where you're like, okay, cool, and you keep lasting, and it just keeps going over and over and recycling. So, I've got a 2-year-old. Free Willy was
right.
on. And you're a Free Willy. I took a picture and posted it on Facebook, and I was like, we were friends on Facebook, and you just live. So now my 2-year-old loves you and that knows about you, and it's like, that's got to be amazing, right?
It's wonderful. Yeah. The people who have kids that call me up or that leave messages and say, oh, we just saw Free Willy, didn't know you were in that. We watch it. My kids have watched it 10 times now.
Religiously.
Yeah.
Over and over. Because kids, and I don't know, do you have children?
No, I don't have any kids.
Yeah. So kids, as a just a general rule, once they like something, they just watch it like 80 times in a row. So you'll be ingrained in their minds the rest of their lives, which is an awesome thing.
Oh, it is. That's amazing.
Where are you from originally?
I grew up in Menominee Falls, Wisconsin.
Really?
Yeah.
All right. Midwest, just like me. You went to University of Wisconsin?
No, I ended up going to Notre Dame.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
But how are you such a diehard Wisconsin fan? Because we did a movie when Ohio State played Wisconsin, and the game was going on, and it was to go to the national championship.
Yeah.
And it was blood. It was blood sport that day. How did you're just a diehard fan because you're from the state?
Well, growing up in near Madison, when it was local option law, and the Madison Dane County was a 18 county.
Right.
It was known as the only school that served beer in the student union at that time.
Oh wow!
And so any high school, anybody with a fake ID was going up to Madison every weekend.
Yeah. So big party school.
Absolutely,
Blast.
Definitely spent a lot of time up there. And then my brother. I had 2 brothers that went to Wisconsin, and the one brother's 3 daughters all went to Wisconsin.
Wow.
And then I had 2 sisters that spent some time there.
Okay.
So I was constantly
But
up
you went
there.
to Notre Dame.
But I went to Notre Dame.
Diehard Notre Dame's in the tournament, by the way.
I know.
They're playing this weekend.
I think, yeah.
In the big dance. They're in the big dance.
Oh, yeah.
Which is an exciting thing.
Yeah,
but Notre Dame
Duke,
football.
Yeah,
it was close. It was a close game with Duke.
Yeah.
But you got a great football team.
Hopefully.
You've had a great football team for you, and I say that gingerly because I don't know which way that's going to go with Chip Kelly.
Yeah.
No, it's not Chip Kelly. It's the other guy.
Kelly's gonna.
No, it was down to Kelly and the other guy from what's his name? They have a similar build and body.
Right.
I always get the two of them confused, but I don't know if he's going to stay there. That coach.
Well, he's he has something to prove.
Yeah.
And so we'll see if he makes it.
Because in the national championship, he got housed.
Yep.
And that was, That's look, and I can only say that to you because Ohio State got housed. We got housed in the playoffs, 34-0, which was an embarrassment. I don't know which way that team's going to go.
Yeah, they don't have enough people coming back, and so it'll be all new guys.
All new guys, yeah.
And see how he uses them.
It could be a dangerous. Do you still follow him pretty closely?
I follow him close, but not that close anymore.
You don't know the name of the coach.
Neither do
I. I know. They look, and you see him in your hair.
Oh, yeah.
Brian Kelly, I think is his name.
Yeah, I think you're right.
Is it Brian Kelly?
Yeah, that sounds right.
I think so, right?
Yeah.
Chip Kelly, Brian Kelly.
Yeah.
Somebody at home will be watching this will be like, Ross, you were wrong again.
Yeah,
You're wrong again. I'm wrong a lot on this.
Well, I think there's a Cincinnati guy that was Chip Kelly, I think. And he came for a minute and then left. And I think this other guy came.
Chip Kelly was the old coach at Oregon, coached the 49ers,
Right.
just got fired. I want to say it was Brian. I'm going to stick with Brian Kelly.
Okay, let's go.
I don't know if that's.
Let's go with that.
I don't know if that's right.
Yeah, I do know that the quarterback that was so much trouble for 5 years still has a year of eligibility. And
how is that possible?
I know.
The guy's going to be playing until he's 90.
Yeah, and so he's gone someplace else. He's not playing there.
No.
Yeah.
No, he's gone. He's gone. So you go to Notre Dame. Do you study acting at Notre Dame?
Eventually. I went actually studying engineering, managed to flunk organic chemistry, and got a D in
Organic
calculus.
chemistry is tough.
I know,
man.
it was killer.
I had to take a chemistry class and I failed. I got a D minus. So I got just enough, and I think it's because the professor felt bad and was like, "Hey, if he doesn't pass this, we got to get him out." I got a D minus and barely got out of chemistry. That's tough, man. That's too hard.
Yeah, but because I was in engineering, I was taking a 5-credit AP German course,
right?
And I was acing that, and the.
Are you fluent?
I used to be. This was, you got to understand.
It's like learn language like riding a bike. If you don't keep using it, you forget it.
Yeah.
I used to be fluent in Spanish. Barely know any words now.
Yeah.
Barely know any words.
Yeah, I don't know. I could probably get by if I had to, but it's nothing that I would claim.
Right.
But so he said, "Are you in the sophomore year abroad program?" And I said, "I don't know. I could be." He said, "Well, you're a German major, aren't you?" I said, "No problem there." So I switched, became a German major, spent a year and a half in Austria. And
really?
And that was great. We went to we were in Salzburg for 8 weeks, just total immersion, and then spent 2 semesters at the University of Innsbruck, and then I got a job working on a farm in Breitenfeld. So it was a great experience. But then I came back and I had no money, and so I got a job working in the psych department. And he said, "Well, you got to be a psych major to have the job." So I said, "Yeah, I can do that." But I had to take a statistics course, and it was the same problem as the calc, and I lost it completely on that. Fortunately, the head of the department left at the end of the year.
Sure.
So now I was just trying to get out of school.
Right. You're just like, I gotta get out of here.
And one of the guys I'd been in Innsbruck with said, "Well, you can take all the credits you need in speech and drama in 1 semester." So I did.
And that's how you got it. That's how you got hooked.
That's how I got hooked.
That's how you got hooked. I like it. I got hooked. I got threatened to be suspended.
Yeah.
In high school, and I was running for student council president. So you're supposed to submit a speech.
Right.
I submitted a faked one. I ended up doing an impression of the principal. I got threatened to be suspended for 2 weeks, and she was like, "Look," she was like, "Ross, you're very funny. I'll cut this suspension if you do drama." And that's how I got into drama in high school. You got into. I think
Exactly.
people get into it in weird ways. There's rarely people I meet who are successful who are like, "Oh, I was born to do this."
I always wanted to do it.
Usually because they're too much.
Yeah.
Like they're too much on camera, and it's like, oh, the people who are like, "I was born to do this," are too dramatic, and it's like for film and camera, you can't be like that.
No.
You can't be like that. So you graduate Notre Dame,
Graduated Notre Dame,
and then where do you go from there?
unloading railroad ties in Brown Deer, Wisconsin.
Get out of here.
Yeah.
And what year is this?
This would be like 69, 70.
Holy shit.
Yeah.
And what do you think at this point in your life? This is my life, or do you think, I want to go to Hollywood and give this a shot?
No, I was waiting to get drafted.
Really?
Yeah.
And were you excited at the prospect of being drafted?
I had mixed feelings about it. But when I got my notice, I went there and went through the whole thing, and I got 4F'd.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
That's crazy. So
I
what
know.
happened? What do you do after that?
So I was looking for an inside job because this was January in Wisconsin, and it was pretty cold being outside on
Super cold.
yeah.
Coldest place on the face of the planet.
Yeah, you used to have to when the green ties came in, used to have to get on top of the gondolas with a pickaxe and pick them apart,
Yeah.
one at a time, and then the first one that you got out, you threw into a barrel and lit it on fire so that you had some warmth out there. So I saw an ad for a job, an intern job at the Milwaukee Rep.
Right?
So I went down there and I walked into the door, and they kind of their faces sort of fell. I said, "Problem?" They said, "Well, this is a minority job. It's a special grant we got for this job, but we do need some stage manager for this next show. Would you be willing to do that?" And I said, "Sure." So I ended up doing that, and the guys at Notre Dame had felt bad that I ended up graduating unloaded railroad ties, so they got me a teaching assistantship at the University of Minnesota.